Welcome and thank you to listening to the Bring Your Own Boys podcast, episode 3. Boys, we made it.
Yeah.
It's a trilogy up in here.
It's a trilogy.
Let's go. Oh, man. If you're a new listener, welcome. We love to have you. If you're a returner, man, thank you for the support. And yeah, we're going to talk about stuff. I don't know.
Well, didn't you have the idea of talking about cross-country memories for it?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest though. I don't have a lot of memories from that. Like that come off like straight off the head. What about you?
Yeah.
I bet they'd come running back like once we talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, it could start with, like, your favorite, like, meet or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't have to be just cross-country, like, track, too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
I feel like for
second-
both of us, like, it would go back to sectionals, just chilling out with the speakers, like your last sectionals that we went
For
to.
cross-country track?
Yeah, for cross-country.
What was that? Oh yeah. Didn't we make one of the guys like eat a bunch of crackers?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, was that?
And we had, like,
picture?
chocolate milk that we brought there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, like, only 2 people showed up for cookies and chalky milk, bro. Like, it was
Well-
Jackson and then a Faulkner dude. And then a couple other dudes.
Yeah, it was.
Well, a couple other dudes. That's more than 2 dudes, Matt. That was a lot of people.
that's true.
And we got the entire Allegheny team.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
The last year of me for cross-country, that was a roller coaster just because, like, remember the big E thing?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
T-pose thing?
Yeah, they came up to us. We were all walking away. I'm like, no, we got to stand our ground. JB's like, you're right. In the war. We went to battle. We're like,
God, that was it was like Maple Grove or something like that, wasn't it?
I think so.
it was, wait, where
Or
was
it was like the
Southwestern?
golf course.
Oh, yeah, it was the
Beams
golf
Point.
course. Yeah,
Beams
Beams
Point.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of Maple Grove.
that's a legendary like place to go to for a meet, but it wasn't my favorite by far.
Well, it's one of the
Hated that
better
course.
courses, like, as far as courses go. Because, like, at least when we've been there, it hasn't been too hot.
Yeah, true.
And, like, it's over pretty quickly. And, like, there's only one massive hill you gotta go over.
That's one thing I hate though. Like when you say like a race goes really slow, really quickly, to me, 19 minutes is 19 minutes, man. Like it all feels the same to me.
No, I feel you.
I get that.
Yeah, and then there's the days you were like, Matt, today your goal is to beat me. I'm not feeling good. Then you wipe my ass the whole freaking race. I was wiping your ass the whole race. And I'm like,
You beat me in one meet.
yeah, only the one meet. But before that, I was like, all right, I got this.
Dude.
You're just like, boom. I'm like,
And that one meal was legendary because it was me, Matt, and Kevin. It was just us in a row there.
yeah.
No, it wasn't. I was walking and I think like O-Dog beat me.
Oh.
Yeah.
O-Dog.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like that. No, that was a bad race for me.
Yeah,
I got like 20.
I knew because I was catching up and I was like, nah, this isn't right. Because I still thought like you were just going to beat me. Like you weren't giving yourself enough credit or you were going to be fine. And I was catching up. I'm like, dude, this should not be happening. Like, what's going on? But us being the top 4, us 3, and then our fastest runner, like to me, that's why junior year was the best. Like we were all friends. We all had genuine respect. And it was like, we all put in most of the work.
Plus, there was only, like, 2 freshmen that year, so.
Wait. LD and who else? No, that was the year with a bunch of like new guys. I thought.
Huh.
I mean, that were on varsity. There might have been.
Oh, yeah,
like 2.
on varsity. Yeah.
And even then, that was interchangeable. They weren't even always on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that varsity team. That wasn't even a team. that was just a.
To get together
I was just
every
a
Saturday.
fastest guy and then a bunch of individuals. Chris, you were getting up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were-
I was getting up there.
And
Like,
then it was a bunch of individuals.
see, like my thing is, I'm not like the team captain. I'm not the fastest person on there. I'm the clutch runner that comes in 5th place when he needs them to and wins the meet by 1 point.
I was
I'm not gonna be winning the entire meet coming in 1st place. Like I only did that once.
I prefer to be that way though, like you are. Like, I don't know, like that sounds kind of weird. Like everybody wants to be the best, but I don't really want to be. I like to be like, even being in the middle's fine. Like you get enough respect from the faster guys that like you're pushing up there, but
Yeah.
you're not like you don't have all that pressure.
Yeah.
And like,
I
you know
get
what I mean?
that.
No, that kind of hindered me though, because like I felt stable at where I was. Like okay, my fastest time until my last meet was freshman year. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, like I didn't improve. I don't feel like I pushed myself hard enough, and that was just because I was complacent with being like where I was.
I get that.
And for some reason, I got higher up there because like our team kept getting worse.
Yeah, and people kept freaking leaving, and I don't know. And then, but you were very consistent though.
Yeah, that was my problem.
You always ran like 1920s, 1930s, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was that way, but like I consistently like improved a little bit each time.
Yeah, I was consistent.
Like
I consistently improved.
Yeah, like my best race was my second to last one at counties.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good note to end.
That's good. Like that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, you're one of the few people I know that consistently got better over time. Like me, I went back like 2 minutes. Like I got really bad.
Wow.
I mean, I came back and like ran some good races, but for the most part, I went back. Ladre improved a little bit, but he was injured. But you just continuously like, oh yeah, 10 seconds faster, sub 18, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wish I did that. Honestly, no, I want to ask you, is that like, what does it feel to do like that? Is it like a mental thing where it's like, you just keep getting better mentally, or is it like, are you pushing yourself?
I feel like it's a bit of both, like, and actually I feel like this last year, like I did not push myself as much as I did junior year. I feel like, I guess physically I just got bigger and stronger, and like, I guess mentally, like I got used to doing that, so I was able to run at that pace and keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, I felt like I never knew how to push myself.
There's definitely like an art to it. It's like doing a plank almost. Like you just have to ignore it and just hold out as long as possible. And like my thing was just make another 100 meters. Keep up this pace for another 100 meters.
Yeah, kind of monotonous. Like 100 meters for what? 290 more meters. 220. Wow.
2 kilometers more.
That too. Yes. I couldn't do that.
And also, like, I had a solid group of people that, like, I stayed with. Like, my 8th grade year, I ran with a kid, and then I ran with him my senior year, and we both improved at an equal pace, or about.
Yeah.
And, like, it was interchangeable, so I had people to push against.
Yeah, dude, I'd kill for that, man.
Nah, I mean, it's like, I remember talking to our fastest runner, and like, he even said, he's like, yeah, after every race, I always thought I could give more. Like, I thought I gave everything, but I didn't. That's how I felt. I thought I gave everything because you're tired, but afterward, you're like, I could have given a lot more.
Yeah.
But it's a fight that I've had after every race.
I mean, like, I feel like only one race I've completely given my all, and that's because, like, that was the one meet where I threw up in my mouth and started gagging during the race.
Was that Long Point?
No, that one was Jamestown.
Strider Field.
And I almost came in second place last year.
Oh yes, that was Strider Field. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Strider Field.
I faced the whole, like, not the whole, but okay, there was like the top 2 or 3. The rest of the Allegheny team, I was running with like the whole crew, and literally this one dude's like, this is the first type of cockiness I've ever faced against like another runner during the race. Yeah. This dude's just like, you better not try and pass me, man, because we're just gonna run faster. 50 meters down the line, I'm just like, but I mean, I was running and I kept chasing down every dude. And then there was the one kid from Allegheny with the blonde curly hair, and I'm just I don't know, what name should we give him for the sake of this?
Dan.
Should we just say the actual name?
Yeah.
All right, Dan. So his name's Dan, right?
Our boy's Dan. I mean, like, I played Minecraft with him and stuff. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, then I ran with him, I beat him, and then we kind of went back and forth, and then he got way better. He got up there close to you.
Yeah, he beat me in one race when I burned myself out.
Yeah, he got way
Dude, now
better.
that team is one team that improved a lot. Like,
Allegheny?
last year, I beat everybody in Allegheny, and then this year, I would be like 4th or 5th on their team, depending on the race.
It's crazy, dude.
I feel like a lot of teams from our section or whatever, they got like their best runners left, but then all the rest of the people got like in a pack better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we just didn't see
Yeah.
that.
And you know what's funny? You said you stayed complacent, but that's a testament to how bad our team was. You would have been still number 2 or 3, like this year. Like, you still would have been.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it just goes in cycles. Because, like, right now, like, the kid that took over captain spot after me, like, Adam, like, he's going to be good for the next couple of years. Because, I mean, he was only a freshman, and he was 2nd.
Yeah.
And, like, he's going to continuously improve.
Yeah. It's just, you never know nowadays. People just assume that they're going to get better. But some people have bad seasons, you know. So people just, I told one of the members that he was getting better. And nobody expected him to be up there. But, like, he got a lot better, like a little bit better than me. And I just told him, like, listen, like, don't let this stuff get to your head. Show up to the summer practices. Run. Don't be like me. I showed up every day, didn't run a single day. I just showed up to hang out with people. We walked. We walked the whole freaking, you know what I mean? We'd walk and chill.
If I was there, we would have been running.
Yeah,
but
you were
I was
there.
like gone.
Yeah, you were barely there, so yeah.
Well,
And
I mean, I was running in like West Virginia and like
Yeah.
at Boise State.
yeah. So I
And
mean,
the Boise State race was crazy, like, because it was just seniors from all across New York State. Like, it was more competitive than any sectionals meet I've been to.
yeah. I mean, like, I guess that's the piece of advice I'd give anybody is just like go to the summer. Like, it's getting in shape before the season even starts. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? In my opinion, you know what I mean?
Like the best I honestly felt running, besides that one day where I was the boys, was
Yeah, oh, yeah. Can't believe you remember that. Yeah,
I ran like a 6:30 pace for like 5 miles.
you were
I
gone.
don't
I
even,
was like,
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But like the best times I remember running, not times, but like the best moments, like feeling wise, was when I was running with you, Matt, and we were just like dancing along to like Jacob's.
yeah, I remember
Those
that.
were the days.
Yeah, that was in the very beginning, and then
That was like when Walmart gang first started.
yeah, and then you showed up sometimes, not all the time, and but yeah, I tried to, and even this year, like they'd come up to my doorstep and ring my doorbell to get me to come up, but of course my dog would scare them away, so they would just leave. But it's like, I don't know, I just didn't. I don't know about you guys. Like you said, you kind of like lost that hunger. You're just kind of like, I'm just good where I am. You never had it or lost it, but I had it at one point. Then I lost it. You kept with it. I feel like for the most part.
I feel like I still had it throughout the entire time. It just control and like I want to be at least in a position where like I can win at all times, per se. Like, and I'll still make it fair. Like if I'm crushing somebody, then like I'll chop off my own arm in a game, or basically cripple myself in order to try and make it a better thing or a challenge that they can win.
Yeah. Man.
And I guess like on our team, like when I was the best person, there was nobody else really to run off against. Like my only thing was keeping the position, and I mean I did that well. Like
Yeah.
nobody came close to me in a race.
Oh yeah, for real.
For it.
I mean, I don't know how close were you guys to each other? Because obviously, if I'm running the same race you guys are, I don't know where you guys are at.
Sophomore year, we were like interchangeable almost.
Yeah. So well, wasn't it your freshman year?
I guess sophomore and freshman year.
Yeah. Okay. So by the way, I'm a year ahead of these two. So my sophomore year was the first time I came back to Fredonia. That was his freshman year. We were about the same. It was him, me, and like one other guy, and then
Yeah.
and then yeah, June. No wait.
I would say up until you, or I guess
No. Oh, no, okay. No.
your sophomore and junior year were about even, and
No,
then your
it was-
senior year, I pulled ahead a bit.
No, I remember. Okay, it was my sophomore year freshman. I was JV, and then you were with some kids below me, but like everybody was saying you were gonna get like way better. And then my junior year, sophomore year, that's when we were about the same.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, junior year, that was when I obviously stayed the same. And then you got like 30 seconds, 40 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, that was like
That's
30 seconds.
crazy
So
to think about because like you were like that. You were among the like I don't know. Weren't you number 7 your sophomore year? You were like varsity, right?
Oh yeah, I was varsity. Then I got like dropped down.
But still, like that, you were a part of a good varsity team, though. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean,
weird
our
to
sophomore
think.
or my sophomore year, junior year, we were part of a good team. Like we could
Oh,
have
yeah, that too.
won
Oh, yeah.
counties, and I mean everybody sucked that day.
Oh yeah.
We were both dehydrated because it was hot, and like
That was
I know that's why I ran bad.
We were supposed to win. We got third. Dude,
That's still
Well,
good.
even if we got second, we would have still won. But
Oh, yeah.
at third,
Wait,
that
how?
was an upset. Climber
the-
Sherman Panama,
yeah, they beat us.
like it was an upset, and they got us.
Wow, that is an upset because like well, they were decent. I think,
After we
your
beat
sophomore year.
Falconer too, which
Yeah.
is a good one, and
It's always Falcon and
Southwestern.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now
but
Southwestern's just-
we were on teams that beat both of them, so that's something
That's
we
true.
could say.
And then Southwestern got crazy.
Oh yeah, Southwestern got crazy. Like I wouldn't even be on, or no,
Yeah.
I would barely be on their varsity.
Yeah.
I thought they were stacked. I think your senior year and our junior year. Next year comes around and like after that track season, they're like, dude, next cross country season we're gonna be stacked. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought you were already stacked. They're like, no. I'm like, no.
Because I don't think they had anyone leaving my senior year.
Yeah, like, and then I don't even know. It's just got crazy. And then oh yeah, they told me their B team relay for track made sectionals. Like
Yeah, they're B
Wow.
team
4x8.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Like how?
No, the Southwestern cross country and track teams. Those were my boys. If I didn't come to Fredonia, I would go to Southwestern in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they were really nice guys.
I feel like I'd be the same, like on either Southwestern or Allegheny.
Like in terms of like track or in terms of like team chemistry?
Just team chemistry.
Yeah. There were a lot of like really fun
And
teams out
Falconer,
there.
I guess. Because, like, I'm good friends with a couple of people on Falconer, Casadega.
Oh, you know. You got any like, if you were to join one team for cross country or track, like,
all three of us mutually liked Southwestern and like those teams. So that'd probably be the team because I remember there was JV, there was another kid named Joey. I think his name was Joey. He was friends with JV, but he wasn't good friends. Yeah, him. And then his friend Ricardo, who was like a new kid. And like he came up and the kid, he's like, yo, long time no see. I was like, oh man, never met you.
Epic, yeah.
But hey, he was a nice guy. And like Joey's like, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of friends, so I figured I'd bring him along. I'm like, hey, screw it, fuck it. So yeah, those three guys, I talked to a few when they came to the track meet. I mean, there's kids from a bunch of different teams. A couple from Frewsburg that I was acquaintances with. Some kids from Allegheny. So I mean Falconer. So I'd say Southwestern though. For sure. I mean, what do you think they think about our team though? Do you think like we're just the exceptions and then like the rest are just like?
Yeah, I feel like it's like that because us three, and like maybe like us three are really the only guys that talked to other teams.
That's true. Yeah.
Like no other kids on our team were really that social.
honestly, like, okay, like,
Yeah, you could say.
okay. Like, Diego he was friends with, like, all the really good people.
And so was Emily, like, because
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
just
yeah.
both amazing athletes that put in tons of work into it.
Yeah, and they had, like, commonalities. But, like, we were more the social types. Like, us three, I think.
It's like
maybe-
more the boys.
Yeah. And then AJ probably, he was
Oh, yeah.
also.
Yeah, AJ definitely.
I miss AJ.
He's doing well for himself, I think.
Yeah. He's in Virginia, right? Or he was.
Oh, what,
Yeah.
University of West Virginia.
Yeah.
It's a good school.
Yeah. I could never imagine going, like. Oh, wait, I am that far out of state. What am I saying? Yeah, I'm going to Ohio.
Well, a few hours though, right? For you?
Yeah.
4.
4. And then, well, isn't his like much longer than that?
Oh, yeah, his is probably, like.
Well, is like 2 other states down. Like that's a day's drive.
Yeah.
Wait, it's like, yeah, it's like Pennsylvania.
Then West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like the south of West Virginia, though, I think. I don't know.
No, the University of West Virginia is near the border because I've been through there.
Damn, all right. But,
And that's actually crazy, like, because if you think about it, like, I'm the person who's going to college the closest to Fredonia, at least, because I'm just going to Penn State Barrett.
oh, you're the closest?
Yeah, it's a 45-minute drive to Erie.
Yeah, mine's like a few hours away. It's like 3.5. So
Oh, yeah,
Hot in-state.
you're OCC baby. Let's get it. Come down. But
Yo,
yeah.
but
I remember I think I called him. I'm like, yeah. Does your college have more bad reviews than good reviews? He's like, what do you mean by that, man? I'm like,
I've never looked at my college's reviews online. What's it
God,
like?
I don't know. It's just, I feel like my mom's like, oh, you're going to find a lot of bad ones. But this one's like, oh, yeah, the teachers are really engaging. And there's roaches in the cafeteria. Somebody got stabbed earlier. The fast food staff is horrible. Don't come here. I'm like, the cafeteria food is shit. Don't come here. And then behind that, it's like staged. It's like, oh, yeah, they're really engaging. They're really helping. And then it's like, I'm like, okay, that's like half of my experience. I want to know, like, if I'm going to be safe here. But
well, let's say go on the tour.
yeah, yeah, I looked all right. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let it stop me. There's bad
Hey,
reviews for
it's
it.
better than like our friends at UB because like when they went there, they put all the freshman class together and they put them on like these dorms that like far out of town. So it's like in the more ghetto part of Buffalo, and they've had like break-ins and pull the fire alarm and stuff.
Yeah, no
They've had like
offense
a
to
police
UB,
show
but,
up for
like,
that.
ugh, I would never go to UB.
Like I was thinking about it because like they had a good industrial engineering program and like I got like accepted into their honors program for it. But I mean like I looked at the program online and what they really did and like compared to the other school like Penn State, like it was just kind of I don't mean to be insulting, but it's like preschool shit in comparison.
Yeah. No, I get that. Oh, man, college.
Would
Yeah.
you think Buff State would be worse though than UB?
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Buff
Definitely.
State's like, it's not in the ghetto, but it basically is the ghetto of colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what I've heard from professors that work in the SUNY system is like, it's basically like a D tier or a C tier school as far as that goes.
God damn.
Or like, I'm pretty sure I could probably get on with my math SAT alone. Like I could just not take the English and get it. That's saying something.
Yeah.
Yo, wait, so are you guys doing any athletics in college?
Nah.
God, no.
Yeah.
Because like I was talking with the counselor and like because Penn State Barron is a D3 school, unlike the actual Penn State, so like I could actually get onto their cross country program with like a sub 18 5K.
That'd be pretty. I think that'd be good. I feel like if you can do a college sport, in my opinion, you should do. I mean, you're not getting the scholarship just because of the sport.
Oh, there's no scholarships for D3.
Well, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know about this crap. So like, all
I
I'm
mean,
saying
if I
is,
drop 4 minutes, I could go to the main campus and get a scholarship.
There we
4
go.
minutes, dude. 4 minutes.
Wait, 4 minutes I'll be breaking the world record because I'd be sub 14.
Yeah.
Well, world record
No,
for
world
high
record.
school is
Well,
like low 14s, I think. And then,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's crazy though. So like,
I honestly I tried doing ultimate frisbee,
Yeah, I
and
heard
then there's a bunch of like formations and rules with that, so I just gave up. But
Yeah,
now like I'm just starting to like run around campus, run by myself, and like it's relaxing. Like I don't have people to run with, but I'm okay with that.
yeah.
I mean,
good.
that's what like we do off season, like in our free
Yeah.
time. 'Cause, like I see you running by in the storm, Matt, with your headphones on.
Yeah, that was ass,
Joggin.
dude. I started. Yeah, nowadays what were you gonna say?
It was so funny. My mom saw you doing that, and she's like, "Yo, why is Matt running in the storm? Didn't you ask him to go run earlier?" I'm like, "No, Mom, I didn't. I forgot."
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. And I remember like you would ask me before, oh, let's go for a walk. And that's why like nowadays for me, most of the time when I walk or run, I just go by myself. I just put on headphones, put on
Yeah,
music.
like that's what I do.
Yeah, so like go for a walk. I don't go for a stroll. Like I go for like a brisk like speed walk. Not saying you couldn't do that, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying like it's more exercise instead of just social.
Yeah.
So that running in the okay, that's it. I run a mile in a storm like with the wind blowing against me is tougher than any 10 mile I've ever run, tougher
Yeah.
than any 5K I've ever
I
run.
get that.
That's the mental thing right there.
It is. It's so terrible.
But it's also kind of cool, especially biking in storms. Like that's fun.
Biking, yeah, even that would be like,
Well, it's harder, but like I don't know, it just feels cooler. You got like the wind blowing. It's like all loud and shit. And cool.
yeah.
God, I have a bit of memory. So I think it was junior year. So the indoor track team was doing what's it called, water polo, and I don't know why, but like none of like the guys wanted to be a part of that. So like we were trying to get out of that by doing like sprints in the hallway, but they wouldn't let us. So the distance team was going to do a distance run outside, but the thing was, it was the worst snowstorm we'd had in 3 years.
I
Like,
think
it
I
was
saw you guys running, I think.
yeah, and I was so like against water polo for some reason that I just went out there. I didn't even have a coat. I just went in a shirt and like shorts.
I mean,
I
I've
saw,
done that.
was it like a white shirt?
Yeah, it was a white shirt.
I thought you didn't have any shirt on. Because
Yeah.
that's how like white out it was. I thought you didn't have any shirt on. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
water polo is the best. Like, why would you have anything against that?
Well, okay.
I guess how the swim team plays it. It's
Yeah, no, it's no, 'cause-
we just drowned each other.
yeah.
Get the ball, dunk you up under.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just a bunch of random dudes just doing shit together, and like I don't know, it's different with the indoor track team. Indoor track teams, it's kind of beta. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say this is how I felt. Cross country felt more of like family oriented. Like I was
Yeah.
friends with everybody.
Yeah, and like I would say in the cross country team, like we had coaches that actively wanted to like make our team feel like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
And
worked.
like they did like with the team dinners, like they did a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Oh, they went all out for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I mean, and like
I mean, sometimes it got a little bit annoying, but it was
Yeah.
still like good, and like I'm still glad they did it.
Yeah.
honestly, like people are just like, oh, this is so stupid. I don't care. Like me, to me, that's just not like, it's more cool to be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go hang out with my team. I think that's more cool than
Yeah.
just being like, I don't give a crap about any, like, that's so stupid. Like, come on, you're there to make friends, like why wouldn't you want it to be
Yeah.
family oriented? Like, you know what I mean?
Like the other aspect of it is like, yeah, there's the like improving your time and like being physically fit and all that, but then the other part is like the social aspect,
Yeah.
and that's what I strived on. That's what kept
Yeah.
me going.
Yeah, me too.
Cause like I thought of quitting multiple times, but then it was like, man,
Especially-
I got you guys, I got a
Yeah.
bunch of other
Yeah,
people.
that's the only reason I came back junior year. Only reason. I didn't think I was gonna be fast. I thought I was gonna be slow as shit. I thought I was gonna be the slowest person, but I did it just cause like people were like Diego were like, dude, come on, just come back. Like it'll
Yeah.
be fun. And I was like, and Mara was saying that, so I'm like, all right. I came back. Obviously, didn't expect running how I did, but like, yeah, I mean that's what kept me going senior year. Did ass 99% of races, but I loved my team. I loved
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
And especially like the county aspect, like for me is what kept me going and trying to improve.
Wait, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Like I guess other teams to compete against, like my other
Oh,
friends
yeah.
around there that were my speed,
Yeah, because once you're at the
or
top,
in like yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And like, I mean, it was kind of boring in some practices because like I didn't have anybody to run with for it.
Yeah.
Oof. What a flex, dude.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't get up there with
Yeah,
you.
me too. I wasn't even up there junior year, but we at least were running together
Yeah,
during the
we were.
long distance runs. Senior year, like
We did during some of the distance.
some, because you'd be purposely running slower to like encourage me to come with you, and you'd be like, "Come on, man." I'd be like, he'd be like, "Come on, man." I'm like, "I'm good." But God, it was just.
Those were some of the like best runs. Those long distance runs where there was like just a pack of people.
Mhm.
I like those a lot.
That's why
Yeah.
junior year was
Especially
so
when we're
good.
going at the pace where we could like talk and tell jokes.
Yeah.
God, it was you, it was us three, Diego, and then it was. Would you say O-Dog earlier? Was it? Was he?
You know, he lagged behind.
Oh, but I thought he was there the one day, but I guess he wasn't. We were going down Webster, and it was the cornfield. It was like the big field and all that down Webster. And I think I said something. I was like, yeah. And we were telling jokes to someone. I was like, yeah, there's a
remember
leaf
that.
flying in the wind, and on the other side there's a naked Asian man riding the leaf. And Diego started crying, laughing. He's like, what the fuck does that even mean? I was like, I don't know, but fuck
Cute,
it.
man.
I don't know why I remember that so vividly, like us running and like where we were positioned.
Well,
in
because
the
we just
pack.
started telling jokes about it, and we just made like every bad joke we knew. It was
Yeah.
great.
Guess that's the key of being funny, just the stupidest shit possible. You know?
Honestly, like
I feel like there's multiple types of funny for it. There's like shock humor, like what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Or, like, oh damn, that's so stupid and derpy. I love it.
Yeah.
And that's also like makes you like reminisce of like when you were a child and you find stuff like that funny.
Yeah. And when you bring that stuff back, you laugh at it because it's so childish.
yeah. That's what I was watching a movie earlier. I told you with my dad. It's called Good Boys, and it's
Yeah.
just like these 12-year-olds finding out what everything is. Like they're going to this kissing party,
Yeah.
and then they found out what drugs were, and they found out what like they had to search up porn for the first time, and like yeah, just looking back on that, like looking back at like stepmom porn, like imagine us doing that when we were 12. That's probably fucked up.
Oh, I learned things that you should not be learning at a young age by my cousin and family. He would be like, yo, the kids at school were saying this. It's called porn, dude. I don't know what it is. I'm like, what the fuck is it? He's like, dude, it's videos and naked people. Fuck it. I'm like, what? I'm like 4 years old, dude. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
4 years old.
Yeah, all I know is I got a
That's
piece
so
of something hanging there. I don't know what the fuck it does. So, fuck, dude. I learned what crack was. I learned what everything, what everything was, the ups and downs of it. It was great.
You gotta look for them, man.
He didn't even. He came to visit from Buffalo. He didn't even live in Frontier's, so
yeah, alright.
yeah, just came to visit.
I mean that makes sense if it's Buffalo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like,
They probably learn.
Uh-huh.
oh God, I don't know. There's some people that are just like we laugh. Like we think some people are funny when we're young, then we grow up, and that humor's not funny, right? But then you know those people that the humor they used when they were kids is still funny. Like it would still
Yeah.
make adults laugh.
Wait,
It's actually that funny.
Well, I feel like in high school that's like that more political jokes that the classmates don't get but the teachers laugh at.
Oh God, probably. That's I can't take that humor, man. There's nothing.
I just don't know. I just don't know anything about it. I could.
I
Never,
guess it depends because like I'm talking about like edgy political jokes. So that's like asking your U.S. history teacher like, so would you say that JFK is the most open-minded president that we ever had? And then she would be like, wait, I would highly doubt that. And then she would get it and then start yelling at you, but also laughing at the same time.
Yeah.
So you mean like dad joke type stuff?
No, not dad joke. Like that's a joke of JFK's head being blown off.
Oh, okay, like
Oh.
Yeah.
edgy, but like okay.
It's like big brain edgy.
Okay. Yeah.
Where it's like political jokes that like you have to get and be smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I could never. That's why, like, when political arguments come, I just stay out of it because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Park.
Yeah.
Like they've got so many memorable episodes, like Tom Cruise hiding in the closet and freaking Lemmy Winks and all that. But then like there's this the most recent like season. They have seasons technically. Like they made there's this one character named Garrison, and he's like this. He was like this gay teacher, but like they basically made him into Trump, like throughout the entire season, and like that kind of thing like turns me off. Like when you take like an integral political, or like
Yeah.
you turn a conversation and just make it political.
Yeah,
Even if it's trying to be funny, that's kind of out of my alleyway.
I get that. Well, I feel like
I know you're the opposite with that, honestly.
yeah.
but it's all good.
Well, what you're saying is like you're against them trying to like have a viewpoint or make it like teach you or like express their political views. Like what I'm talking about is just making some edgy joke about like some dictator.
Well, no, I mean that's what they're trying to. I think that's even when like, man, it's gotta be in good taste though. So I remember also in South Park they did one on like how Osama bin Laden had, Osama bin Laden had like a small penis or something. Like they were making fun of him. That's why he bombed the 9/11 with that. So, like, I think that's funny. Like that shit's funny. But like I don't know. Maybe there's like a line that I'm not seeing. But like, because I think that's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, comedy's something weird.
Well, I feel like comedy is in the eye of like who's
Yeah,
interpreting
it's the eye of
it.
the beholder.
Yeah.
Like but like it's so weird. Like how one thing can make you laugh and one thing can't.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely subjective, and like sometimes it depends solely on who's doing it, because like you associate that person with being funny, so you're more likely to laugh at the stuff that they say.
That's true.
That makes sense. I mean, that's probably happened to any of us a lot. Where like I'll like say some funny things, they laugh a lot, and then after that, even if I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Like they're just like laughing at it. Like so yeah, I can definitely
Or
like
like
see that.
you'll say a joke, and then nobody will laugh, and then someone will say like copy the exact same thing you did, and then they'll laugh
They'll
at
laugh,
the joke.
yes.
Yeah.
See, I try to avoid that, but I make sure I get people's attention when I want to tell a joke. Like Jackson's done that.
Yeah.
Right in front of me. I was right there when he'd use it. I'm like, dude, I just said that to you 5 seconds ago. I just said it to other people. They already know I told the joke. So you're fucked. They already know I said it. Because I'll tell everybody if I have a funny joke. I'll tell everybody. I will literally go to everybody. Like, I'll literally tell people if they find it funny, I will go to the next person after that conversation's done. Because I love making people laugh. I love it. It makes me feel good. And then you got I know I wasn't supposed to use names, but fuck it. So like,
Yeah.
fuck it. So,
No, keep going.
oh god, it was about our, am I allowed to say Mr. Ball or whatever, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck. So Bobby, right? I guess I
Bobby.
could just say Bobby. Yeah. So Bobby, right? I took a shit in his office. I actually did this.
Yeah, I told you to do it.
He has a bathroom, right? Like he has a toilet on.
Yeah, a private
Not
bathroom.
not like on his desk.
Yeah, I think I told you I'm thinking about doing. You're like, yeah, go do it. I was like, all right, because I had a bunch of pizza and I was like, dude, I'm fucked. So I went in there. Worst part is Mr. Gola walks in and knocks on the door while I'm in there in the bathroom. He goes, I'm like, I'm in here. And I didn't even duplicate his voice. I just said his voice. I'm like, I'm in here. He's like, all right, and leaves.
Yeah.
So of course I didn't flush, and I just went. And Mr. Ball,
I
I
told
think,
you not to flush.
yeah, and then I think everybody was talking about it, like, yeah, Mr. Ball was all, or Bobby was all pissed off. He's like, who shat in my office? Like, who did this? And I wasn't there when it happened, so I'm like, oh fuck. So I was telling people that, and they were laughing. Then next thing I know, I tell our friend, he's laughing. So then we started to go for a run, and he goes, yeah, I really love taking a shit, Bobby's office and not flushing. It's really great. I'm like, what? You didn't even do that.
Well,
You didn't even do
I'm
that.
pretty sure he's done it because he got the idea from you after you did it.
After I did it, but I didn't even think he did it at this point. So it was
He
a
probably
more
did.
recent thing.
Probably.
But because it was before swim team even started. It was during cross country, so it was only a few
No,
months
it was
after.
during track season.
It had to be during. track
No,
season.
I did it during track season, but he told people he did
Ah.
it during cross country,
Okay.
which is stupid. And I'm just like, and there were times he said jokes, you're like, dude, that was my joke, and I believe you because you're not
Yeah.
gonna lie about that crap. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie if
And-
a joke isn't mine.
I mean, usually people are good. Like, usually he's good, like, about giving credit. It's like, yeah, he said this before, but, like, I made a little tweak for it. And you know what it kind of reminds me of? Like, on the internet with, like, 3D modeling, how there's, like, a copyright system. And how, like, you have different license for it. So there's, like, share alike and open source and, like, no commercial. So the no commercial one means that people can't sell or, like, your models by, like, printing them and selling them or claiming them as their own. And, like, share alike means they have to share with the exact same license. So I feel like that's the same, because like when you work on somebody's model and change it a bit, you have to give them credit for making the original thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's official. Like in terms of joke, it's kind of like a rule of thumb.
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
unwritten
it's,
rules.
it's, it's like an unspoken code of honor, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even a big deal to me. Like, I'm not even taking credit. Like, he's one of the funniest guys I know.
definitely.
So I'm definitely not taking anything away from him. Like, I'm not even like mad about it. In the moment, I just thought it was funny. So I'm just like, I mean, you can make people laugh enough. So there's no point taking credit in someone else's joke if you're already funny. That's what I think. You know what I mean? I mean, I said things, but usually I try to give credit. Some people they don't ask. So then maybe I forget to give credit. But
Oh, yeah.
like, I don't know. I usually try to. So it's
That's
not
kind of
intentional.
touchy. Like if someone if you just randomly blurt it out and like it's someone else's joke, it's kind of like a touchy thing because like, I mean, yeah, they made people laugh though, so like I don't know if I should like ruin it by just making sure, hey, it's my joke.
Well, I feel like if they're not like there and like if you're just somewhere else like say you heard that on like summer camp and then you came into school and told it, like you could just go ahead and say it. And then like if they ask, did you come up with it? Like you should just answer honestly, but I don't think you have to be like, oh yeah, I heard this at camp somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
it's
feel like you should be able to do it because I mean, like you're still spreading it and you're still adding more net positivity to the world.
Yeah.
That's a not double-edged sword, but I forget the term, but like,
Double
it's
sword.
like you want, no, it's different. I don't know, but like, it's where, like, you want jokes to take off, right? Like, when a joke is funny, you should want it to like be out in like the atmosphere and all that. Like, what's it called? For instance, South Park again. Like, they have this thing where Kanye's a gay fish.
Yeah.
And
I say it so
ridiculous.
casually. It's a gay fish. I mean,
Yeah.
And the whole episode is centered around like one of the two of the main kids, like they're writing this joke, and like one of them completely comes up with it. It's like, hey, do you like fish sticks? Do you like putting fish sticks in your mouth? What are you, a gay fish? So, like fish sticks.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's a funny joke, but like eventually it gets so high up there, and like if someone else takes the whole credit, it's kind of fucked. But then again, like the joke's funny. It's making people laugh.
And I feel like it's not high stakes enough where it's important. Like you're making 3 people laugh. Like they just think you're a little bit funnier because you remembered somebody else's joke. Like you're not taking anything away from the person that did it. Like unless that person said, "Yo, hey, that's my joke. Why are you doing that?" And like you robbed them from giving the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's so situational when you would actually be taking something away from them that like it's not really as important.
So like rule
Yeah.
of thumb, just be like, ask for credit anyway. Okay. I
Yeah.
can respect that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I try to like subconsciously keep that in mind, so I just don't say anything, and it's just like it's still because then I look at it this way: I made him laugh, and he's going to making other people laugh, but he still thinks I'm funny. He knows that
Yeah.
I made the joke. So I mean, like you said, it really shouldn't matter. It should
Yeah.
just be people laugh. Like it's.
And I
it's
mean,
cool.
if anything, like it's more about the joke than like the credit. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that's removing your ego from it.
Yeah, true.
Which is hard to do, honestly.
It's been
Like
hard
it's
for
like
me.
practice.
Yeah. It's not just practice, it's like experience, like, yeah, just experience, like, knowing, I gotta stop saying like a lot.
It's all right.
Nah,
I mean, I still say
noticed that.
yeah every now and then.
That's true. But it was on TNT, and it was like a Beastie Boys documentary.
Really?
Like, they're coming out with that, Spike Jonze's.
That'd be good, man. Because
I
like
saw that.
they were like the first like really successful white boy rap. I think they were the first white rappers. Period. Like
I wouldn't really say they're rappers. They're more like metal in a way.
That's the
Well,
thing, like,
they're-
they're not even, like, based on a genre. They're rap, they're like metal.
yeah, they're really just I
Yeah.
think I would just call them hip hop, not really rap.
Yeah.
'Cause it kind of
Yeah,
is.
I'll
They're
say
just
hip-hop.
funky. Yeah. But they do use like instruments, yeah. They used to be a punk rock band, and then they started making their License to Ill album became like
Yeah. Well, I would say what they are is like the fine blend between hip hop and rock and metal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They're
it's
like the
where those
perfect
two meet.
Yeah, and their songs are just funky. Like they say things
Yeah.
that you're like, what is that? What the fuck does that even mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't even have a purpose. Like it's just like
It's just fun.
the one line was like, "My man MCA's got a beard like a Billy Goat." Like that's not even. that's not shouting out any clout or anything. It's just silly shit.
He's got a beard.
Yeah, like it's just silly shit. I love it.
The interesting thing was, it was only in the commercial, but one of the guys that was like doing the voiceover was he was like, yeah, you know, it's really cool because I can just go to the studio and just work together with 2 of my best friends. Like that's awesome. That
Yeah.
like you can get that successful and it just feels like, yeah, I'm just going to record some stuff with my friends.
Yeah,
That
I mean
that's the
honestly,
Yeah, once you get that level of talent, like anything's like that.
yeah,
truth. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people lose sight of like humanity and chemistry.
yeah.
And that's, I don't know.
That's how teams work together. You know what I mean? So well, in sports or just in general, like.
I mean, it's pretty hard to like stay in touch with like
Yeah.
yourself as all that I guess gets in the way.
Yeah.
Because like you think about it, like even from kindergarten to high school, friend groups change all the time.
Yeah.
At least
Oh,
at least for me. Like I went from like
Yeah.
a different friend group every year in elementary school to like trying to find myself in 5th and 6th grade to like getting morphing into a definitive friend group for like the next 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it was like I was friends with these people throughout my whole life, but there were certain people that I became better friends with. So
Yeah,
it's not so
you
much I made
progress.
whole different friends. I just became closer with certain people because you were in my 4th grade class.
Yeah.
And I met you before that, but we weren't like friends, like good friends. We were just on my bus, and like I talked to you a little bit. We rode the same bus. It was like I was in like first, second grade, whatever. But we didn't become friends till like 7th, 8th grade because I remember like my cousin you were good friends with. So then that's how I got to know you, and then it was cross country in high school and all that. You know.
With us three, it really started. We already know where it started.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to like be closer friends with. Cause there were a lot of people that I liked on the team that were good, genuine people. I'm like, you know what? If they were my good friend, I would like that. Like, I really like them as a person.
And like, there's some people that like you like to be around, but you know that they wouldn't make the best of friends for like, I guess preference reasons that they have. Like some people, like are more focused on clout and like. Potentially, like they wouldn't really accept you for who you are, I guess.
But you like being around them.
Yeah, but like it's fun to be around and talk to.
Yeah, like in the sport or whatever. I mean, cross country camp. I mean, you didn't go to that your senior year, right?
3 straight years, I didn't pay $150. That's the one thing I'm proud of for the rest of my life.
I mean, there were parts about it that like I don't blame you, but at the same time, if you would have been there, like I think. Just because we had become closer friends throughout the summer, like I feel like you would have.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed it.
I probably would have. Honestly, yeah.
The running does for me. The running burns me out after like the first couple days. Like, I think it's because I don't get any sleep the first night because I hate sleeping in tents. Like I'm not. It's just not comfortable. I don't get it. Yeah. I was getting bit a lot because I didn't have any bug spray on whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what happened, but shit was happening. Right? I didn't sleep. So, but the next day, I was running well. Then I slept really good because I was so tired, and then I ran shit the next day. So the sleeping is always really bad. But he goes to sleep like a fucking, I don't even know. You're just like, I'm going to sleep. I'm over here like.
When I fall asleep, like, I stay asleep. Like, I'm able to sleep for 8 hours straight, no problem.
God, it's like, I'm jealous.
That's a talent right there.
Like I just stay up till I get tired, and then I just go to bed, and then I'm just out for another 8 hours.
You know what I found interesting? Okay, first off, I feel like, yes, it's harder to go to sleep in tents. But then again, I feel like waking up's a lot easier. Because like I'll go to sleep in a tent and like go like just get 6 hours of sleep. But I don't know why. But I'll get up and feel fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, I get that. I think it's just because of me. I just want to get the fuck out of there, and I just want to get on with the day because the sleep was so shit. So like, I guess that's my reason for it's better to wake up because then when I'm in my bed, I don't want to get up when I'm in my actual bed.
Oh yeah, like I'll take an hour to get up. Like I'll just reach for my phone and play like Pokemon or like go on Snapchat and just lay in bed for an hour.
Yeah, when I got the text from you, I was still like, I had just woken up and I was still sitting there. It was like, was it 12? It was like 12 something. I don't know. I'm trying to go to bed earlier. I can't. My body won't let me. And then I go to bed at 3 a.m. because I can't sleep. And then I wake up at 11:30, 12.
Yeah, I can't go to bed till like 1 a.m. now. Like it's progressively creeping.
Yeah.
Backward.
It's creeping like up for you in terms of time?
Yeah.
For me,
like it used to be like 11:30, and now it's like midnight to 12:30.
Dude, for me, it's like, in college, I would go to sleep at like 4 o'clock, wake up at 7:30, do the same thing, just 3.5 hours. But like, since I've gotten home, like I feel like it's steadily 3.5 hours. Thank you very much. But I don't know. It's just, but I would have 2 classes at 8:30 and 9:30. Those would be just getting through them would get me there. And then honestly, after that, it's kind of easy, because like I would do lunch and then my afternoon classes, and then at night I would do homework, and then I would work on like a passion project or 2 of mine. And then by the time night rolled around, I was just wide awake. I don't know why, but I was wide awake, like cleaning our room, doing the vacuum and all that, reading books. I don't know why, but like that 12:30 to 2:30, that's when I'm in my prime. That's so weird.
Yeah, you don't
wake up. Well, I feel like at that point, it's when you're like tired, but you can't, like too tired to fall asleep.
Exactly. No, like when you know you should be falling asleep, but you just can't.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it was a quote by Wiz Khalifa. He said, I used to think as a kid going to bed late was like cool, but then I found out waking up early is the real boss shit. And honestly, I kind of like waking up at like 5 or 6 a.m. Not when I'm feeling fresh, not for school when I go to bed at like, but it's like if I can wake up good at 5:30, 6 a.m., like I'd honestly do it. I mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I'd sacrifice that.
Because like honestly, waking up from like 11:30 or 11 to like 1:30, that's when you feel like dumb and shit.
Yeah, dude, I get up and I'm just like half my day's gone already.
Exactly. Like I remember one day, like usually now that we're on online classes, whoopee, fuck.
Yeah.
That was weird. But like now I'll have like a quiz at 8:30, and then I'll have to do nothing else until like the end of the day. So I'll just like I'll wake up for the 8:30 quiz, get it done at like 9:30, and then I'll just go to sleep until 12:30. And like that kills me, man. Knowing that like, because I mean I'm tired, yeah, and I'll go to sleep, but like I could be up for all that time,
Yeah.
just doing stuff.
I mean, like, how were like the college class experience? I guess somebody like us going to college, like going to the class, like what was it like living at like, just how were the classes in college when you were living there?
I mean, I was doing a bunch of okay, at our college it's called BGPs, which is just like your gen ed requirements. But yeah, like for freshman year, I just had to do a bunch of gen ed requirements, and it was easy, honestly, because like half the classes you could just like sleep through, look at the notes on your free time, and then just do fine.
But like, how was the schedule for it? Like, were you?
Yeah. Honestly, try and schedule like not the earliest classes, but don't try and schedule like all in the afternoon.
Yeah. I
'Cause,
understand.
Like late morning, like 9 and 10.
Yeah, because like I had to do the earliest classes for my language requirement, and that just having to wake up at 7:30 when my roommate could wake up at 11:30, that killed me internally, because like he like by the time I get back from I'd get back at like 10:30, and I'd have to go and shower, and he'd just be like sitting there like a freaking gazelle, not a gazelle, like he'd just be sleeping.
Sitting there like a gazelle.
He'd be sleeping there like a pony, and I'm just like tight, like tuckered out already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got some like in the morning, some in like the afternoon or whatever.
Like sometimes I take naps from like 7 to 9, but yeah, like I would. It's mainly like it's kind of like high school, but there's just like breaks. You can have breaks in between the classes, just to like.
It's like
get
high
lunch
school,
on it.
but without the bell schedule and like spread out more.
Yeah, like for us, there's 10 minutes to get from one class to the other, and like when you have back-to-back classes, usually that's makeable. So like honestly, having back-to-back classes isn't that big a deal. God, just saying that when you guys were having like 6 to 7 classes in a row for high school, God, that's weird to think.
And like difficulty wise, like would you say that they're harder or is it just more work?
It's not even more work, dude. It's just getting used to living like a college student and like getting used to doing the same. It's honestly the same amount of work you get in high school.
Okay.
Like it's basically high school 2.0. At least your first year or two.
And what classes did you take your senior year?
AP Physics, which was hard as shit. Oh my god. I wish I didn't take that.
I take active physics, dude. Literally, dude. I have Mr. T as my freaking teacher instead of freaking
What a legend.
Lauer. And dude, he was roasting like I think it was the one girl in our class. She was like, I don't know how to do this, and freaking Mr. T's like, that's why you're in active physics. he was like just I don't know, screwing around. So I have like a couple friends in the back. Then we had some smart people join our class because they hated AP so bad.
Yeah.
Came to ours because they were failing, and
Well, there was nobody in our AP class dropped out.
there was one person.
Ooh,
There was
probably at the beginning.
there's at least
Oh,
one
probably in
person.
the beginning.
Yeah, this was like recent that somebody joined, like dropped out.
Probably it was probably Gen Physics, but still.
Oh, it could be. I have no idea. I don't know.
See, in
All I know is
AP
they were in a
physics,
hurry.
I was so hit or miss because like I would fail one test, or I guess like I would fail one test before the curve, and then the next one I'll get like a 98 and get like only one question, only get like 2 points off on like the FRQ somehow, and I just get yelled at for like being so inconsistent for it.
Dude, I'd kill for that.
I was like making friends though. I know that's like a whole thing. Like it's like not a big deal, but to me, I still feel like it's like
It's a big deal. Like, if you live off campus, you're dead in the water in terms of friends. But like, in terms of like, you're in a dorm. Honestly, okay. So the way it was, I was with all the like aviation majors for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know, man. But like that whole third floor blew shout out. But like, honestly, that whole entire floor, that was where it was at. Like I had a bunch of friends on that floor.
so it's easy for you to make friends and all
Yeah, like
I mean, out
Jack, Mitch, Gio,
that. Mitch.
Mitch done it.
I know a Mitch.
like I would imagine it's pretty similar to like I went to Boys State, and I would imagine it's just like that because like at Boys State we just went in the dorms and like literally we just lived in the exact same way that college students had to do, except we
Yeah.
had like a drill instructor.
Honestly,
riding
okay.
our ass the whole time.
The thing with our floor that like made it easy to make friends though, we were so comfortable with each other that we just like we left our doors open. Like when we were in there and like we were just playing video games, we'd leave our doors open and
That'd be
people
so
would come
cool. Like
Oh, that's what like college students are supposed to do. Like that's what my dad
Yeah.
said that he did.
in. But
when
no
he was
one,
young.
no one does that though. Like I'll go to any other, I'll go to any other dormitory. Nobody else does that but us, and it's awesome.
Wow.
Man, that's what I don't know. I like,
Just leave your door open and done.
and like I look at shows
we
like,
could do that.
yeah, I mean, I look at shows like The Office, and obviously I don't want anything quite like that, but like they're all just like they're idiots, but they're lovable idiots, and like they're all kind of they just poke fun at each other for the most part.
I mean,
Like,
Matt, you are going to a community college. I think
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of that.
so yeah, that's what I want. Like I want that. I want like the whole floor to just dick around, like inside jokes. Everybody just dicks around, but like we respect each other. Like we're good friends. Like I want that. I just want like a group that just has fun, but are like actually like still like good friends and all that, like genuine friends. But it's just like really chill, like
Yeah.
See, that's
easygoing
why,
environment.
like, for the dorms I'm debating, because there's like an engineering floor on the honors dorms, or there's like the engineering living learning community. So I'm debating whether to go like to the regular one or the honors one. Because I feel like the honor one might be too preppy, but like the engineering one might just be chill, might be weird or awkward in some way. I
Sorry
don't
about
know.
that. So like, yeah, I was late to like getting assigned a dorm, but the thing was, I didn't want to live with any of the honors kids because like, I knew they'd probably be a bunch of like either really preppy or really awkward.
Or like
So-
yell at you and like shame you for not doing
Exactly.
work.
Like they're probably like a bunch of wimps. No offense to smart people, but like
Yeah, smart people get a bad rep.
they do. But like, you gotta admit, there's people out there
Oh,
that
there
like,
definitely
they're extremely
are.
smart, but they're just like they're pussies about certain shit. So then like.
And well, I think the correct term is like anal over stuff. Like,
anal.
oh, you left the door open. Stole.
Like I didn't want that, and plus like going to a dorm that has a specific major, yeah, that'll help with your scholastic, which is good. You should probably do that, but I couldn't imagine living with all those people because like for me, I'm a film major, so it's probably just gonna be a bunch of
better
happy
for you,
kids.
yeah.
So like I kind of just took my chances living in like a general dorm, and thank God I got on the floor I did. 'Cause, like
That's good.
all those guys, they're like they care about aviation, but like at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of guys.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess that's where it's at, because like for me, I'm going for like exercise science and all that. So if they put me in a dorm with like all the really douchebag athletes, they go for that. I'm worried about that. So I'd rather just do that. Just put me in something completely different from my fucking major. Like I'll make friends with anybody. A major's a major, but as far as like what you do the other 20 hours of the day or whatever, you know what I mean? Hanging out with people, that's what matters. Like they're not gonna care what fucking major I do. I feel like.
And I feel like with either engineering, like I feel like what either it could be like I could be in with like a bunch of nerds, but like hopefully like the geeky type where they would be like into making cool shits and like robots, because like I could
Yeah.
vibe with that. Like I would be interested in that. But
That's
now like the
exactly
super organized type where it's like
Yeah.
do all your homework and be super punctual, because then like those people would crucify me. Because like I feel like I'm the polar opposite of like what you're describing for like the wimp smart people.
Yeah, no, like obviously there's a bunch of exceptions, but like you gotta admit, for certain things there's an archetype. Like
Yeah.
for music majors, they're kind of preppy and into themselves. For math
Well,
and
I
science,
feel like that's more band, not like film and like play one. So like the play one would be like more creative and chill about it.
yeah, but like yeah, for like like music, like instruments and all that. And then with like math and science, there's potential for a lot of them to be like nerds, straight up like
Or like the passionate people that like
Yeah.
are genuinely
they're
curious.
just like OCD.
or
And
like
then
the
with,
Rick and Morty type, like
Yeah,
Rick.
exactly. And then with like exercise majors or whatever. What was it again?
Exercise science. Yeah.
Exercise science, or just like anything in terms of physical like production or whatever. Like it's likely that a lot of them are just going to be a bunch of jocks.
Yeah.
So like there's an archetype. There's obviously exceptions, but like when I would look at that stuff, I'd kind of look at the whole.
No. Yeah.
I think that's kind of nihilistic by me, but like
No,
I don't know.
it's partially true, because I mean, like there is always an exception to everything, but like there's
Yeah.
general patterns you see in like certain groups, and like certain personalities are better cut out for stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I try to just. Yeah, but that's why, like me, I'm not gonna be the type who's like, oh, I'm only gonna talk to the kids in my dorm here because I just feel weird. Like me, I'm pretty good about making friends with all different kinds of people. So I tell myself I'll just do stuff like that. If I'm at an event and somebody's next to me, more likely than not, I'm gonna talk to them. Like even nowadays, that's what I do. If they're around my age, I'm gonna talk to them. Like I just do. I can't stop myself from doing it.
Yeah, like
I just like.
and that's like kind of a shame, because like a lot of people our age, like are really afraid to go up and talk to strangers. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, damn, Chris, you'll just go up and talk to anybody. I'm like, yeah, of course I can. Like it's not like they're gonna kill me for talking to them.
Well, I won't go up and approach a random group out of nowhere. But I'm saying if we're in a general like
situational?
area,
Well,
yeah, situational. If,
Or like asking for help. Like if you see like workers on the side and like you're not afraid to go up and ask, yo, can I use your bathroom?
Yeah. Like some of them, honestly, some of the most like genuine experiences I've had is just I'm walking down the street and then some guy. Okay, here's an example. It was like probably 6th grade. I used to take walks down Main Street.
Yeah.
And what I don't know, it was a weird time. So like what I do, I just walk down, and then one time I was coming back, and there was like there were like 10 guys doing construction on a house, and they were painting at the time, and I was looking at them like, what are they doing? And then one of them, they're on like the top of a ladder, and they like yell down at me like, hey, grab a paintbrush, get brushing. And I was like, at the time I was awkward, so like I just kind of laughed it off and kept walking. But like nowadays, I would probably join them.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that-
definitely.
That's so whole like. That's so gold-hearted. I don't know if that's not the right term.
Nah, I know what you mean, but like I've heard from people like just there's a movie called Yes Man. It's a Jim Carrey movie.
I love that
Yeah, I love that movie, and it's true. Like it kind of is true. Like if you start saying yes to more things, more opportunities, good stuff can come out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that I'm not at fault for that. I just say no to shit all the time. But
Yeah.
now when people ask me to hang out, like I genuinely want to, but normally I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, dude. Like why the fuck not? Like why would I say no? That I'm not doing anything better. You know what I mean? Like why
Well,
not?
yeah, usually the only reason why I don't say yes is like unless I could actively get in trouble or like lose something in it or it costs like money.
Yeah.
Or like have some other prior thing. But other than
Of course, like I don't know about you guys. Like I have my days where I just want my alone time, but like manage where I can hang out with like my friends. So yeah, I mean it's just like
For me, that alone time comes in work. Like if in the summer I'm working like 30, 35 hours or 40 hours, that's where I'd get my alone time. And then,
like with your free time, you just want to maximize every minute of it.
yeah, like say yes to everything, hang out with a bunch of people. That's kind of like, that's where I'm at in terms of like what you're saying, like alone time, free time.
yeah,
But like, yeah, nowadays that like there's nothing going on.
yeah.
It's probably better to say yes to everything than anything else.
Oh, definitely.
So-
And I mean, most of the stuff that we'd be saying yes to would be like online stuff, like joining a party with like somebody you hadn't done before on like a video game.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing The Forest recently on PS4, and that's been a blast.
Yeah, I want to play that again. When are you gonna hop on, boy? You're
I'm
too
not-
busy.
I can hop on later.
Yeah, good. He literally sent me a picture. He's like, I'm a little busy right now. I imagine his wiener's probably hanging out. She's probably got her hand on it, but all you saw was her head looking the other way. I'm like, ah, fuck it, dude. Hey, but
Any respect.
do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But I want to chop some trees over here, and I want to kill some freaking.
Yeah, that's where we got our like platform base in the middle of the river from the
Fuck, that was
cannibals.
lit.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry, but are you two gonna get PS5s? Or I know PC.
I thought it was called PS4 Pro.
Well, the PS5 is gonna be coming out like this fall.
PS4 Pro is like it's like PS4 Plus, but PS5 it's gonna
Yeah.
be coming out soon.
I mean, my parents are definitely not gonna want me having it for college because they're gonna worry that I may get distracted. But I'm probably gonna get it anyways.
Okay.
And like, I feel like if I'm not gonna get it personally, like I might like join people on my floor and maybe we could like split it and it could be like a common thing.
That's smart.
I mean, if you just do it in moderation, it's not gonna be too distracting. Just do it when you're alone at night and your friends are out doing something. Be like, all right, not doing anything. Fuck it, I'll just hop on. Yeah, just moderation.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, would you get it?
Yeah. Okay. I have an Xbox One right now, and that thing sucks. I hate it. So I'm trying to get a PS5 next time.
Yeah.
PlayStations I like better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like the difference between PlayStation and Microsoft is like Apple versus Android, and like
Yeah.
because like with Android, we're all Android people. Like we could all do a lot, or used to be an
You're
Android.
a
I used to.
The
It
trader
was out of circumstance, all right? It was for school.
for school. Like they
Yeah.
required you to get an Apple.
No, two of the apps on my Android weren't working for school, so I had to upgrade.
Oh.
Shit, dude.
But no, honestly, I miss my Android.
Well,
That thing was better.
yeah, and like you could go into it, but I feel like with consoles, like you don't really have the freedom on the Xbox that you do with Android. So like the PlayStation has like, or I guess the analogy I'm making is PlayStation, Apple, Microsoft, Android. But like I feel like the Microsoft Xbox, like you're not as free to do stuff as you are with Android, and like they're both closed systems. It's just that Sony had with their PS4 has just a better system and it's like more convenient to use. Like
Yeah.
even when shit goes wrong, it just says an error report, and the worst you'll have to do is restart your game.
Yeah, like I'm dealing with, like, for some reason, my Xbox isn't reading my, like, storage card.
Like your drive,
Yeah.
and like and it doesn't like automatically repair for you, because I know like every
No.
time we got a power outage, like I just need to repair the drive and it takes 15 minutes. Or no, 15 seconds, and then like you're all ready to go with your terabyte you got downloaded on there.
Like, literally, it happened a couple days ago. It's just, I unplugged it, I plugged it back in. It's working. Like, I can feel it working. It's just not reading it.
Huh.
And like, that would never happen with PS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus, like I would say the PS exclusives are better. Like
Oh yeah.
I was just about to
Xbox
say
has
that, yeah.
Halo, but PS4 we got Death Stranding, Last of Us.
I kind of want to play Halo
Just
again.
Cause, Last of Us, Uncharted.
Yeah, they
God
have
of War.
Uncharted, I think, 3
Zero
or 4.
Dawn,
They have
Spider-Man,
And with,
and even like with indie games, like they get the better indie games first.
Yeah.
From my experience.
and then with Xbox, we get Halo, Gears of War.
Halo, I do miss Halo. I want to play that again.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
I really
Halo's
miss
gotten
it.
a lot worse.
Well, I like the original. Like I know
Yeah,
they
like
have
Reach.
like like Halo 4.
And I mean, you could
like.
like still play them on the computer.
You could.
I'm just not a PC player, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just me, you know. I don't know. It's just not my. And people are gonna go, oh, well, you're gonna get used to it, but I don't know. It's just not something I'm. If I have
Well,
a
I
PlayStation,
mean-
I'm just gonna play that.
I feel like with like PC, you can hook up your controller to it no problem. Like
Yeah.
that's easier than you think it is.
I don't really have a. I don't have. My mom has a laptop, but her
Gaming
Apple
laptop.
laptop.
Gaming.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I'm gonna use that for schoolwork and shit. My brother uses it a lot, so I'd rather just have my own thing to use. But
I mean, somehow my laptop's faster than my computer because it has 24 gigs of RAM and like a newer processor.
Jesus.
God, bro, but like.
Yeah, a bunch of my friends, like, a couple of my friends are trying to, like, convert to PC. I don't know why, but I don't know. I can't really
Well,
get into it.
PC has like more freedom, so it's like the
It
final
does.
frontier. Like, and even if like a game's not meant for PC and it's console, like you can still get an emulator and like a copy of it.
Yeah.
And there's mods and shit, right? There's a lot more mods.
Oh,
you can
mods.
do.
Mine's
Yeah,
good with it.
like, and even like of game versions, like you can do a lot more with PC, like because PCs are usually stronger and have like cloud computing and better hardware.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not even a huge Minecraft player, but Minecraft on PC looks lit. Like
Oh,
some of the
it-
shit you
it-
can
it
do on there,
is,
it's
like-
fucking lit. Some of the shit you can do on there.
Like I was playing the Advent of Ascension mod pack, which like adds like 20 dimensions to it and like a
Jeez,
whole
dude.
bunch of like RPG system for it.
They got like Star Wars and shit on there. Like I think they got Pokemon on there.
Oh yeah, Pixelmon.
Like
and-
Pixelmon, whatever the fuck it is. But that's fucking awesome.
That sounds awesome.
God.
I mean, it is, and like it's really easy to download. Like you could get it working in 5 minutes, no problem.
Damn.
Yeah, and it takes me freaking 4 hours to download The Walking Dead season 1. The freaking the story, like the interactive
Telltale
film.
series, whatever.
Yeah. It takes me 4 hours to download that, but it takes 5 minutes to download Pixelmon.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And that's the other thing I miss about like the 360 when I played Xbox 360. You could just pop a game in and play it. Like I don't remember having
Yeah.
to download shit for the most part. I mean, I just remember
Except for,
like
like,
See, and
updates.
that's
Yeah.
the thing about like is takes almost no time at all. Like most games on
Yeah.
Steam are 1 to 2 gigabytes. So as long as your internet is not utter shit, then you could download any game you want to play in practically 15 minutes. And also with a Steam account, like it can be on any version,
man, that's awesome.
like on any computer.
Yeah, there's so much like yeah, the PC is like the new age. Like that's where everybody should be going. But for me, consoles, having the physical thing, it brings back so many memories.
Yeah, true.
And
Like they're just more convenient in a way.
Yeah.
well, honestly, not even that. Because like with PC, you can just get on your PC, go right to Steam, play a game. With an Xbox, you have to have it hooked up to a TV, and like you have to have.
Well, obviously you have to have a monitor hooked up. And I just use a TV for my monitor because I'm broke.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. But like you gotta like plug the Xbox into an outlet, plug the strip into an outlet, plug the TV into an outlet, and then with a P. What am I? No, I'm wrong.
Well, hardware-wise, they're about the same, but like I guess there's more steps to playing online. Like you need the subscription. Like you don't need to subscribe for anything on the PC, so that saves you $60 a year. So that's practically one new game you get by playing on PC.
Dang.
Because PS Plus and Xbox Gold are like the online premium things, and you gotta pay $60 for that.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
And Steam is just free. Bless our Lord Gavin.
Yeah.
Plus, like the workshop for it is really good.
I heard that.
Like
too.
you just click on something you want to add to your game, and it just gets added. Like,
Yeah.
it's easy.
Yeah, I guess there's that too. Like, when you were talking about like PS Plus and all that, and Xbox Live Gold, like playing online with friends and crap. Like nowadays, I feel like that's what I need to have fun. Back in the day, like I didn't feel that. Like all the campaigns were so enjoyable, where I didn't need any friends to like do anything.
I feel like now most games are moving away from campaigns. Like even the indie games, like we haven't had a good, or I guess all the campaign games, like they're only like twice a year that good ones come out.
Like think of Call of Duty.
Yeah, like all the
Nobody
shooter ones
plays
just
after the
ditch
campaign.
the campaign.
Like the campaign, like they can make it, and people might play it once.
Plus, like there's not really as much money because like they sell their online credits and their premium currency for it.
Yeah.
Like you don't need premium currency for a campaign. Like the only thing they can do with that is DLC.
Back in the day, though, oh my god, like the campaigns were so good. Even the multiplayer
Well, I would
was
say
pretty
like
good.
most of the good campaign games are like indie games on Steam now. Like, they've migrated to the computer.
You know, the perfect balance for me, I don't know if it was just like, it was that time in my life where I was transitioning into playing more online, but like, the perfect balance between campaign and online for me was Halo 4.
Halo 4 is really good, yeah.
Because like, I don't know why, but I kind of liked it. It wasn't the best campaign, but I liked it. I played it through. I played it with friends too at home, but then I played the online a lot too. And
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that with another game.
Yeah, I mean, Halo Reach was kind of like that for me, but
Yeah.
Halo 4 especially. 'Cause
And I would say like around 6 years ago, there was like a shift where most games would be like campaign with a multiplayer element, and now it's multiplayer element with campaign.
Yeah, it's
Cause like I remember like good shooters, like I would play like Space Marine, like that was a campaign game with had like a horde mode you could play online.
yeah. Because online's probably like easier to like just make because it's just base maps and
Like with a campaign, you need to make like all the assets and enemies and level building.
yeah. But like I miss. That's why I think that's why I like a lot of like old school games more because like it's not about the pixels, it's not about the online stuff. It's just about a good story,
Yeah.
a good setting, and you just play it for like 40 or 50 hours.
Yeah, I get that. And like on Steam, like I found like again like all the good campaign games are indie games now. Like the Final Station, which is like a Pixar game, where it's like I guess the action isn't like as fast paced. Like it's a pixel based one, and you like shoot your pistol at the zombies incoming. But the like campaign and the I guess the story behind it was brilliant. And how they told it, like it was atmospheric in a way.
I mean, there aren't a lot of games nowadays, but like the ones that are centered around a good story, those are some gems, man. I don't know.
Man, I love how we went from cross country memories to college to games.
It's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we tried to do cross country, but we were just like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're saving it for a later date. Like,
yeah, we should probably save like specific memories for later date.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's
God.
been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for I guess listening this far into it.
Yeah, thank you for listening to episode 3. Check back in anytime with us. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
see ya.